good morning, and thanks for getting up with us this morning. It is 6 o'clock. I'm Libby Dowsett alongside Corey Johnson. And boy, we had some nice sunshine yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Taking the dogs for a walk, enjoying it.
It was a beautiful day yesterday. Today's also going to be beautiful, but it will be a little bit cloudier, honestly, than what we saw. But we'll see the sun.
We've had it good for so long.
Yes, we've had it so good. So the clouds are definitely set to return. Taking a look at our temperatures right now, it is going to be cooler today, of course, as well. Sitting in the mid to low 20s right now. So very, very cold out there for us. 22 in Beaverton, looks like 21 in Hillsborough currently. Zooming that map out for you. 22 in Pendleton, 7 degrees in Baker City. So closer to Central Oregon, definitely sitting chillier. And then across the Willamette Valley, of course, seeing below freezing right now. This is our Rose City camera, 24 degrees, pretty calm for us. A similar story right now in the Dalles, sitting at 21. A look at Futurecast. So it will sit different today in the way of we'll have sunshine early on, but the cloud cover will definitely start to roll in for us. Notice that clock inching closer toward the early afternoon hours starts to fill in, and it's because we're watching this weak system out on the coast, or off coast rather, that's creating some cloud cover, ushering it in ahead of that, because that's going to create some sprinkles for us as we get into early week, namely Monday evening. Taking a look at our Salem sky camera this evening, again, another calm start for us, 22 degrees on our Sunday morning. As far as temperatures are concerned today, it'll be a little bit warmer than what we saw yesterday, but overall slow to warm up. Your high today for Portland sitting at about 47 degrees, but we'll take a closer look at the rain coming up.
Thank you, Corey.
Be out here speaking your voice, because if you don't, they come for all of us, not just one. Not just Renee Good, not just Alex. They're out here for anyone who is resisting right now.
Calls for change are growing in Minnesota following the death of 37-year-old Alex Preddy. He was shot and killed by a Border Patrol agent in Minneapolis on Saturday. This is the second person federal officers have killed in Minneapolis in fewer than 3 weeks. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has activated the Minnesota National Guard to assist local police amid growing protests. The shooting is also leading to demonstrations across the country, and that includes protests right here in our area. One group in Portland organized a large rally that marched to the ICE facility along the south waterfront. Celine Stevens talked to demonstrators who say it's important to make their voices heard.
At this point, if we stay inside, we're telling them it's okay to murder us in the street.
Protesters took to the streets Saturday evening, marching from Elizabeth Carruthers Park to the Portland ICE facility.
It could happen to anyone, community member who does Migrant Watch in Portland, people who hand out whistle kits, anybody who stands on a street corner or even dares to film ICE.
Protesters speaking out after hearing the news of the death of 37-year-old Alex Preddy, who was shot by federal agents in Minneapolis just weeks after the deadly shooting of Renee Good by an ICE officer.
They shot him dead in the street. I'm angry about it, and I don't normally come to these things, but I just thought I need to speak out.
I'm a teacher. My students are scared. This is not okay. My friends in Minnesota are updating me. It is scary.
Throughout the day, hundreds gathered at the facility, chanting, playing music, and some going right up to the gates of the building, leading Portland police to put out a message on X, asking people to not tamper with barricade doors or they will be arrested.
Overall, people are here to fight against the fascist government, and they're not here to hurt anybody else.
Walk, don't run, stay together.
At one point, federal agents did use tear gas, but that did not deter many.
Our voices need to be heard. They might tear gas us tonight, who knows? But people need to come out and speak their minds. This is not okay. The brutality needs to stop. Justice for Alex Preddy.
It's not safe to follow the law. It's not safe to legally carry a firearm. It's not safe to peacefully protest and observe. Nothing is safe anymore, so we have to be here.
Oregon state leaders are also reacting to the shooting. Governor Tina Kotek and community leaders had gathered for a pre-planned roundtable about immigration enforcement when they learned of the fatal shooting. Our Jake Holter has their reaction.
It's alarming, and what we need the federal government to do is de-escalate the situation.
Heartbreaking, honestly, that we are living in a world in where our own federal government is shooting down people.
Another fatal shooting by federal agents prompting Oregon Democratic leaders to call on the Trump administration to pull back.
We are going to continue to see violent interactions regardless of the details because of the escalation of the federal government. They need to pull back on the agents who are there, work with local government, and resolve and de-escalate the situation in Middlesex.
Kotek at the same time urging protesters to remain peaceful in the face of this shooting.
It is important for not only Oregonians but Americans to make their voices heard. And here in Oregon, we have been doing that peacefully and consistently, and I suspect that will continue.
The original purpose of Saturday's pre-planned event was to focus on what Oregon officials and the community are doing in response to increased immigration enforcement here in Oregon. State Democratic Representative Willie Chotson says he and his colleagues are working on a package of bills to continue addressing issues with federal agents on the state level.
So that's going to address issues ranging from masked police to making sure that we have accountability for the agents who are causing the chaos that we just heard about and that we're all seeing in our communities, as well as making sure we have, for example, schools have systems to notify families if ICE shows up to a campus.
And I want to say to Oregonians out there who think this does not concern you, it does. Our businesses, our economy, our schools, our neighborhoods, this affects each and every one of us, and we need to say no, we need to push back, and we need to stand up for our neighbors.
We have also reached out to state Republican leadership, including Congressman Cliff Bentz, for comment. As of now, we have not heard back. Stay with KGW for the latest on this rapidly developing situation in Minneapolis. We'll have updates both on air and on our website, kgw.com. A driver is facing DUI charges after they crashed their car into a southeast Portland home early Saturday morning. Portland Fire and Rescue say the car was driving on Burnside when it left the road. They say it crashed through a fence and a wall of the home before coming to rest in the living room. Portland Fire says they're not aware of any injuries. No one was displaced. Portland Police confirmed the driver was taken in for DUI processing. In Cowlitz County, troopers and a coroner were investigating a fatal DUI crash when another driver slammed into the scene Saturday morning. Investigators believe that driver was also impaired. As first responders worked the scene, another car drove through and hit all 4 vehicles. A coroner's office employee was injured and taken to the hospital. Troopers arrested the driver for DUI, vehicular assault, and reckless endangerment. Portland fire crews are also investigating a warehouse fire in Northeast Portland on Saturday. Portland Fire was called to the commercial building near the intersection of Northeast 127th and Marks. The warehouse was home to several businesses, but all were closed at the time. No one was inside. Portland Fire says no injuries were reported. The Washington State Department of Health is issuing a code red over what they describe as a dangerously low blood supply. The department says right now, 2 of the state's 3 regional blood banks are having a hard time meeting demand. That includes BloodWorks Northwest, which says it operates with just 1 to 2 days supply of blood currently. They say lingering effects from the devastating flooding in December and a lull in donations have led to the shortage. A spokesperson for BloodWorks Northwest tells us while they deal with periodic shortages, they want people to come out and donate so they're prepared whenever there's a crisis.
The most dire consequence is the fact that we would have to become a blood center that has to rely upon folks across the country supporting us, and we would much rather be in the opposite position.
BloodWorks Northwest says the shortage is especially bad for type O blood and platelets, which are used for emergency surgeries and other life-saving treatments. To learn more about donating blood, head to the Washington Department of Health's website.